So I got a question for everybody. Who doesn't like Star Wars? Right, nobody. And if you're watching this video, that means you probably like ARK. So I'm going to combine these two things, and I bring you your do-it-yourself, make your own TIE fighter with only using S+. You're not using the Star Wars mod, you're not using anything else. You can create your own TIE fighter right in ARK. Should be a lot of fun. I think you guys will enjoy this. And when I come back, we're going to go ahead and start this build. See you in a few. How's everybody going today? War right here. So let's go ahead and get started on this TIE Fighter build, obviously inspired by the beloved Star Wars. So yeah, let's get right into it, shall we? Alright, so first thing you're going to definitely want to make sure you have is S+ structures. It's an absolute must for this build. And obviously the Flying Rafts mod. You find those all in the workshop. The platform I'm going to use, the raft I'm going to use, is the Flying Saucer, which the major thing with that is the 5 float stone. And if any of you have actually created any of these flying rafts, you realize that flying float stone takes a very long time to gather. You gotta burn the metal ingots in the specific forge, and it's not a guarantee. So, just keep that in mind. But it is 5 float stone and then other random items, obviously. Okay, so let's get going here. So the first thing you're going to want is a metal, basically a metal foundation to start with. And the reason why you're going to start with a metal foundation is so you can make sure you get the lineup correctly, because the other foundations you're going to use just don't give you the right lineup. And what I'm looking at, if you look at the bottom of my green there, I'm looking at that one cross member on the saucer that comes across. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to line it up directly above it, so it's overlapping it exactly. So right about there is what I want. So I'm going to snap that in. Okay, so now that that's in, you go ahead and drop one more metal foundation in. Okay, and then you go ahead and remove that first one. And if you're using S+, obviously it's much easier. So that's your placement. That's the placement. It's extremely important to get that placement because you're going to be circulating out from here. Okay, so the next thing you're going to come in here was with a standard wood foundation. You're going to place it like so. And then you can go for your lowering lowering here. You're going to go standard walls and standard pillars to achieve your lowering method with to lower your foundations, which I'm going to show you with basically one lowering, and then you can go ahead and finish it off with yourself. I'm going to do it 5 times to get the level I want. So we'll show the one here, and there it snapped in. You see the lower snap point. That's what you want. So then you go ahead and remove these, and then you're going to do it basically 5 more times. Okay folks, so this should get me right to my 5th one down. So there we are. So now we're just going to go ahead and remove all this here. Here and there. And then remove this one here. And then go ahead and place a metal foundation there. Well, that works out. That's actually where you want it anyway. So you're going to place that with the metal foundation. And then what your next step is going to be, because this is the height you want. So you got to see here, if you come down, you see how it's more or less centered? It's where I need it to be for what I'm going to be showing you here. So that's in there. So then you go back up here, and then you're going to go in with 6 triangle foundations. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and 6. Okay? Then you go back here and you just remove this first foundation. Okay, so basically you're going to have something that looks like this. Just a dead center circle. Your flat edges match up with the flat edges of the saucer if you build them out. So that's where you want to be with your first set of steps, okay? So now what I'm going to do is I'm going to grab the next batch of materials, and then we'll go ahead and show you the next step. Alright, so the next thing you're going to be grabbing is, I'm going to make this whole thing out of glass, and I'm going to show you why later. Basically it has to do with the transparency and the color and the framing that it gives. I really like it. Plus it's a little more adjustable, if you will, on some of the stuff you may have to hide. Okay, so your next step here is simply going to be, go ahead and extend this out, and you're going to use regular ceilings across all the way in a circle. And then you're going to go in with triangles in between those, like so. Once these are in, I'll show you the look you're going to be getting. Okay, so now those are all in. So now if you look through from the top, you basically have a platform, or almost a fairly circular shape. We all know you can't reproduce a circle in ARK. It's nigh impossible. So that's your next step. Now, the next thing, and the reason why you're going to use the ceilings and not the foundations is because you're going to be building down and up with walls, and you can't really do that with foundations. So then what you'll do next is you'll go ahead and line this here with ceilings. I'm sorry, with walls. And I'm going to keep the back one open because you will have to have a doorway. So that's going to be like so. Okay? And then you're going to come down underneath, and you're going to do the same thing, going down. Okay, so now that the bottom walls are in and they're flat how you want them, your next step is going to be to do one more row underneath these to basically create the same amount of space as you do on top, with the center one being kind of the the center of the sphere. So as you get these in, you just kind of go through here, snap them all in. Okay, like so. So now what you have is kind of create a look of essentially just glass all the way around it. Let's go ahead and fly. Alright, it's not letting me fly. Let's jump up here. There we go. Now we got it. And that's what you're kind of going for now. Okay? So now what I'm going to do is I'm going to go ahead and grab a bunch of glass roof panels and ramps, and we're going to start sphering this thing out, and I'll show you what we're going to do with that. Okay? Be right back. Alright, so this next step is the process of doming this thing out. So what I grab is I just grab some wooden ceilings just so you can see. It's a lot easier to see which way these things are facing. And what you actually want is you want them to be facing towards the inside of the raft, the outside of them, like so. Place the first two in, and then they snap in pretty nice, and that'll allow you to go ahead and snap up like that. And you'll just continue this all the way around on your square sides. Let me get that bad boy in there, and there. Oh, wrong way. Pull that back out. And there we go. Alright, there we go. Snapped in there, and then there, and right up here, like so. And then you'll do it to the other side, and then I will bring it. So what I'll do is I'm going to finish this off, and then I'll go ahead and bring you guys right back. Okay, so your next step is a two-part step to go ahead and finish off this dome. First thing you're going to actually do is you're going to remove everything on the inside here. So take all this out, and because now Structures Plus and the setting on your server has to be so things can support themselves essentially. If you have the standard supporting and whatnot, everything would just crumble. So now what you're going to run is you're just going to go a square ceiling all the way on the triangle edges, all the way around, like so. And then you're going to go back up here with your walls, build up two, okay, all the way around, like that. And then you're going to come in here, and you're going to snap your ceilings. Ooh, where'd they go? Oh, okay. Oh, I'm falling in. Into the walls you just placed. And you're going to do this all the way around, just like you did the first row, okay? So I will go ahead and finish that off and bring you right back. Alright everybody, so for your next step here, we're going to go ahead and finish off this top. I've cleared everything out from inside if you have anything left besides your outside row of triangles and squares. So the next thing you're going to do is you're just going to go ahead and run your stack walls here, and then you're going to do a triangle on top, and you're going to continue this all the way around. And as you can see, it's going to go ahead and close off your top. Now this is where it goes away from the circular possibilities, because again, ARK doesn't let you do circles, which is fine. Or I should say domes. They let you do circles, sort of. So let me go ahead and finish this off, and then we'll bring you back for the bottom half. Alright, so we have the roof finished off, so it's all enclosed for yourself. It's a fairly reasonable height, fairly reasonable open floor plan, I guess, you know, for something small. So now let's go ahead and go down below, and we're going to go ahead and finish off the bottom half. The bottom half is significantly easier than the top half, and here's why. You snap this single wall in, then you can go right in with your roofs. And you can go all the way around. You don't have to worry about doing what I did on the top half with the you know, changing stuff out and making it all crazy. This goes significantly smoother. So I'm actually just going to keep you guys here for the whole thing. And while I got your attention, I was also going to, you know, just kind of talk about the Geeks Patreon server that I play on. A couple real good guys, Raleigh and UTC. Most of you guys probably, if you're watching these videos, you already know who they are anyway. Great group of guys, great group of YouTubers, great builders overall. But what they have is they have the GPS server, which I currently am playing on. It's a real nice server. It's ran really well. It is PvE. And you know, these guys put on a great server overall. It's something you might want to check out. The information is below in my comment section. You know, also as we're doing that, as you're looking at that, I do invite you to go ahead and hit that sub button, hit that like button, whatever the case. Hopefully, you know, what you're seeing here is something you decided to do in your own build, or you at least liked it. You know, and you know, show that love. That's fine. You know, like I said, it's new channel starting off. It's always a big plus. And you know, it's why I do this. It's fun content. It's just a good time, you know. So yeah, like I said, if you want to show some love, please be my guest. Go ahead. I won't be mad at you, you know. Okay, I got trapped under here, so let's get out of here. Oh, I might have to lift up a little bit. Well, let's get this last one. So, oops. So once I get this in, we will go ahead and move on to the next step, of basically enclosing the bottom. Which, with that, it won't be too difficult either. So we'll show you that here shortly. Boy, you gotta love that rain, right? Alright, so your next step is just to finish off the bottom here. And how I'm gonna do that, I'll show you here. Now you do have to find a weird little snap point. So what you're looking for is basically one in from one of the square sides. So right there. And then you go ahead and extend these down, and you're gonna go one past, okay? Because that'll allow you to create this snap point here. Now that that's in, you want to make sure you remove these walls before you go any further. Otherwise they will literally be boxed in, and you'll have a heck of a time getting them out of there. So then I'm going to go ahead and just continue this around like so. Okay, so now the bottom is complete. So now if we go ahead and mount up the TIE Fighter, we'll show you what we got here for a silhouette, if you will. It's fairly circular, right? I think it looks pretty good, and once I get it all window tinted in and stuff, it'll look really cool. So that is where we're at now. We have basically a flying ball, a flying circle. All in all, I think that looks pretty cool, but we're going to go ahead and take it that step further, and we're going to give it those signature TIE wings here shortly. So when I come back, that's the next step. Alright, now on to the wings. So what you'll want to do is you'll just go ahead and find the front of your ship, and then you're going to go to the immediate right or left, whatever way you want to start on, and you're going to basically find the edge of the raft here, and make sure you're level and straight, which right about there looks good for me. And then you're going to split the two walls there, so about there. Yep, I like that. And then you're going to go and place another foundation in right there. Then you'll head out to the outside, and on the outside what you're going to do is on the top you're going to extend a glass ceiling out from the foundation, and you got to find this foundation or this snap point. It's kind of sticky, so there it is. And then one more there, and then you're going to extend a wall down below it on both sides, like that. And then you're going to go ahead and come in here with another wall, excuse me, there and there, and that'll give you the snap point you need for your actual base of your wing. You want it right below the foundation of the saucer itself. And then you go ahead and just come in here and remove all of this other stuff here, just so it's not in your way. And then from here, you're going to go ahead and extend out from this base 3 on each side. So you have 2 in the center and 3 on each side. 2 and 3. And then you're going to come in here with metal walls and do 4 high. Right in the center. Like that. And then adjacent to both of these taller walls, you're going to do 3 high, 2 high, and 1 high. And same thing on this side. All the way up here. And one more. And then you're going to go ahead and place your angled walls here. Find the right one. Here we go. Here, here, and there. Okay. And then same on this side, coming down. There, there, and there. Okay. And then what you'll do is you will have to fly your ship up a little bit. So let's get a little height here. And that should... Let's try this again. Let's go up. And that should be pretty good. Alright, so then we'll go ahead and exit. And then underneath here, you're going to do 1 row across first. All the way across. And you do have a couple snap points there, so you want to make sure that you get the one you want. And you want them all level, obviously. It's going to be tricky. There we go. Alright, moving on. There, 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 and there. Oh, and this one snapped wrong. Okay. Let's go ahead and get him back in there. There we go. Alright, so then you're just going to mirror what you did on the top side there. So essentially you got 1 here, 2 there, 3 here. Ooh, grab some more metal. Okay, like so. And then down, down. And that would be it, actually. Okay, so then you'll just go back in here, obviously, with your triangles. And place those in. Oh, need more of those as well. Metal's so heavy. It's hard to carry. We'll just take all these. I think we'll need them all. Alright, so now we come in here. Like so. Like so. And then same on this side, of course. Like so. Alright, so now if you just kind of take a step back, you have what resembles, it's not exact, it's kind of hard to do the exact because you can't get that right angle. It's almost like a 33 or 22.5 degree angle coming down. But what you create is that cool big saucer look. And then what I'll do is I'm just going to go ahead and come up here and just give you the view, essentially, of what it looks like, well, with one side done, flying. So what I'm going to do, I'm going to go ahead and finish up the other wing, and then bring you guys right back for some of the finishing touches. Alright everybody, I would like to present to you the finished TIE Fighter. There she is, all in her glory, huh? Now all I did to finish it off, go ahead and grab your black paint, and just zone 1 paint your metal. And it leaves a really cool studded silver And then I also took glass ramps and blacked them out, and essentially just created stanchions, I guess, for the wings, just to finish it off. And then the only other thing you really have to do is hide with your S Plus model selector, is hide all the glass that you used to create your wingspans. And that's all you do. And then just showing the inside. I didn't do anything special in there. I kind of just made a little. Apparently, I'm shooting trank arrows at it instead. Let's get up there with this, yeah. But basically, all you do, all I did. It's funny. So basically, I tranked my TIE fighter. That's okay. So all I had is I added some storage, and I used the metal storage boxes because it looks more of the industrial. I did add a generator, a bulk dry cooker, and some beds, and then I put a fabricator in here as well. And then your S Plus station just for crafting. So it is mobile. As far as a mobile base goes, you can definitely use it that way. And then I kind of just blacked out the glass here and took away the frames, created a window that you can see through, and basically I decided to take all the frames off the backside here just for the look I was going for, I guess. So yeah, so that's basically the build there. I'm gonna take you to a run on the fly as well. You can hear the cool sound effects, but it flies pretty cool. I think it looks really cool when flying. You got a neat little look with it. But yeah, so that's the build. I hope everybody likes it. It was fun. It was definitely a lot of fun. And if you like what you saw, go ahead and drop that sub, drop that like. It was definitely a fun build. It kind of may the fourth be with you, a little inspiration. So again, I hope you like the build, and let me know if you decide to build a TIE fighter of your own. And that's going to do it for me today. And as always, everybody, I salute you. Bye now.